Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is the web development series, and today we are going to build a new project, that is a Todo app. So this app is built by using the HTML, CSS and JavaScript and the main core web development. And we build in this Todo app, we add the to-do and edit the to-do and delete the means basically a CRUD operator, a CRUD function on the to-do. So let's start with the first. We style the index.html and say you style by using these normal basic CSS, and then add the functionality in the script.js file. So let's start first. So let me minimize this and perfect. Now I split the screens. So first let's write the basic boilerplate code and also link the CSS file. Perfect. Now let's first I write a div, and this is a main div actually. So I'm giving a class main in this, and first a form for this form has the input field and a button to add the add button. So let me first go live. Perfect. Now I have this input field and a add button. So let's give a ID in this form tag, to do form, and inside this input first I'm giving the placeholder, enter a to do, and this is a require field. Perfect. And also in this button, this is actually a type submit button, not a normal one. And in this class is the add btn. So this is also for add update btn. So I'll tell you why I write update here. So this is the normal form button. So let's style this CSS. So here margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box for the CSS reset basically. And also inside this main, first I write a dummy data inside the means for styling purpose, not the actual one, but just for the styling purpose. So this is for section. I write a section, and inside the section I have a class called the to do list, and inside this a div tag having a paragraph tag. This paragraph tag is basically show what is the to do, that 5 liter milk, let's say. And also for the functionality edit and delete, I am writing in the div, means building the two buttons, edit and second one is the delete button, delete. So I give here the means after that, but just this is for the just dummy data. Let's say rice here. So now let's apply the styling on this page. So this is the CSS reset, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. So now let's apply on this main page this complete. Even if I want to give this class main inside this body, there is no issue with that. Just give them and remove this div, because this save our one div here. And now let's style this. In this minimum height is the, let's say 100 vh I'm giving. You can also write 100%, there is no issue with that. And display flex for the centering the these all the text, and flex direction column, because by default is the row one. So yes, perfect. And align item, align content center, oh sorry, align item center, item center. And I'm not writing here justify content, because this by justify content it makes the in the center of the page. So now let's apply the to styling on the to do form, this input and the add button to do form. First, give the margin top. This is the 5%, and next one is the, let's say, display flex, and just to make to show to the in the same line, display flex, and align item center, note and center, and also width is the 60% of the page, and margin bottom is the, let's say, 25 pixel. Perfect. And now let's apply the styling on the input field. There is only a single input, so I'm just using the direct CSS as input. So for that, the border is the none. I'm removing this border, but I give the padding is the, let's say, 10 pixel, and font size is the 18 pixel, and let's say outline also none, outline none, and give the flex one. This flex one means it takes the entire width, and another this add takes only the only required width. So now let's apply the border bottom 1 pixel, not 11, 1 pixel solid, hashtag 0. So now this take the border, it's apply the border here, and also border radius. Border radius is the 8 pixel. Now let's style this add button. So for this add button, I give here the class add update btn dot add update btn, and this add button has the, let's say, give the padding 10 pixel top button, 25 pixel left right. Perfect. And also remove the border from this border, none, and background is also removed, just a simple add button, and the, let's say, the color is the, by default is the black, but make sure, but for the surety, just I'm giving the black here, and on cursor pointer, and font size also increase by 18 pixels, same as the input field size. Now perfect. Like, and on the hover button, let's add the styling. Means when I hover on this button, hover, and background becomes the black to show the button is active, and color, text color become the white, and border radius of this color is the same as the, it's 5 pixel. Perfect. Now you see, perfect. And now let's this input and this add button is fine. Now let's apply the styling on the to-do list, this 5-liter milk and edit and delete button. For that, I have to give the classes here in this. Now this is the to-do list, this section, and this is a single to-do, so I'm giving here class to-do, also here class to-do, and these are the btns, means buttons, and this is the to-do content, means 5-liter milk, to-do content, and these buttons, let's say class btns and btns, and this I'm giving in the edit and delete button, I'm giving the two classes. First one is the btn, and second one is the edit for the edit button, and in the delete, btn and delete button. Now let's apply the styling on these to do. First, style the to-do list. To-do list also take the all the width, means 60% like the input and the button this form tag contains. Takes this 60%. It why it takes the okay, I have to apply on the to-do list, not on the, and to-do list is a id, not the class. Let's take to-do list. Perfect. And give the display flex, justify content, space between. Oh, and also flex direction is the column. Perfect. It's work. Okay, I have to give the, no need to give this, this is enough. Perfect. And now let's apply this on this to do dot to do, means on this single divs on the particular div these. For that wait, copy paste, and here just make the text difference so we can differentiate. Now let's apply this background color. Here I'm giving here the 233 D4D, a style, a bluish color. And also let's give the gap here, gap is the 10 pixel. Perfect. And inside this text color is the white, and because the background is a darker one, and width is the 100%. If I not right, there is no issue still, I am right. And display is flex, so it comes to the single column, and justify the space between, and also align item center, and the give the padding also 10 pixel, so now looks good. And also margin there is I think not required, because gap is doing the same thing, 10 pixel. And now let's apply the styling on the to do content, just a normal, increase the text sizing. Font size is the 18 pixel. And on this overflow is the, let's say, auto, because if the text is the means if I write here, let me write a one more, and Lauren 30, Lauren 30. If you see, this becomes the means if I not write this overflow auto, so now it's take the full width, in this it takes this type of, but I write here the overflow auto, that's why this take. And next one is the buttons, these BTNs. Where is the law? Just move this, and now let's apply the styling on these buttons. So these buttons are the already in the means display flex, and gap is the display flex, already in the display flex, but just to make sure, and gap is the 10 pixel. Now perfect. And now let's apply the styling on the buttons. So BTN is for the means, by this BTN we can apply on the both buttons at the same time. So BTN background is the none. Background there is not required, because I give the in the edit button, and the background color is the hashtag the a yellowish color for ffd d41d, a yellowish color, and on the delete, a red one, delete the background color, hashtag ff4646. So now apply the styling on this border. First remove the border here, border none, and color is the white. mm, Let me show you, let me see. And font size is the 16 pixel, not very but perfect. And the border radius is the 4 pixel, not very but in the moderate one. And padding also, yes, padding is important because the text is too tight. So 5 pixel from top button and 10 pixel from the left right. Now looks good. And cursor pointer also, so looks perfect. And on the hover btn, hover, the change the opacity to 0.85. Like if you see, the opacity is changed by some point 0.85. So now it looks good, the styling is good. And also on this just give a border radius on this to do, yes, on this to do's. So border radius here is the, not border bottom, it's radius, and 5 pixel. Yes, now this look good. So our styling is almost complete, and if any comes I can means change this at that time. So now let's move to the functionality by using the JavaScript. So first take the value from this input. For that I already give the value here, means to do form input. In the input I'm not give any, let me give the id here also. Id is the to do input, so I can select the value in this script. So now let's start in the script.js, the styling, the functionality. Const form, first select the form, document dot get element by id to do form, and const the input equal to document dot get element by id to do input. And also this is enough for the right now, to do input and to do form. Now let's apply the event listener on this form. This form dot add event listener on submit, the because this is a form not a button, so I have tried this. Okay, submit, and a event its take a arrow function. And first prevent default, so the browser not the reload at every time. Now let's get the value from this const, not const text is equal to input dot value, input dot value. And also trim this because maybe someone gives the blank spaces here. And first check is whether the text is the empty string or not. If it is empty string, just return, no need to move further. And now let's I get the text here. Let me console this first, I'm getting or not. First fn plus f12, and go to console. Where is this? Let's just give the and press enter. Wait, what happened? What happened to this? Why not work? Okay, I forget to connect the script.js basically. I have to first write the script.js file. Now the console work. Perfect. I get the value here. AWD means this random word. So our text is coming in this. Now first check means first I have to get the to do for the from the local storage because I'm using the local storage as the our data storage. So first get the to do. For that const to do's is equal to and means for that first means get the to do's by json dot parse. First I'm parsing into the local storage dot get item by todos. Wait, what happened? Or a blank array if it is the nothing in this, and then we just push them into the to-dos. And here the one main thing is I am getting the only text here, not any id or not nothing else. For how can I differentiate means while when I click on the edit button or the delete button, how can I differentiate whether this is the that this to do? For that I have to give the id also. For ids come here, I'm using the date.now. Like here just I get the todos dot push, and inside this just make a object. Here id is the date dot now, and the next one is it text. So todos dot push means these I'm push into the todos. Now let's store these to do by this set into local storage dot set items, and first give the to-dos and json dot stringify these to-dos. Because we cannot store directly these objects, we have to first convert into the string format. Now let's see into this. In the application we have local storage. Now let's apply this. Let me give random text. I get the to-dos and also I get the id here, and text is this. If I give here milk, I get the two items 0 and 1 index. Basically this is the store as the arrow because I am pushing the value here in the arrow and I am storing the values. So perfect, I am able to store the value in the arrow in this local storage. Our first achievement is this. Now this is perfectly work. So now let's also if you see here these values not moved. For that just write here input dot value equal to empty string. Basically every time we means enter and give into the empty means remove the all the values. Now our task is to first give the all the values get all the values here in these boxes means 5 liter milk, 5 liter rice, or in these bars. For that first we have to make a function, separate function for the render the to-dos. So if you see here I am writing here local storage dot get items to-dos. Leave it, I will after the whole project I will modify this. So first function, this for the render the to-dos. Render the to-dos is not a good one. First I'm just add to UI a function, and this function take a single to do, and this calls when the this function called function, not focus event function, is the here render to do's is this. First it makes the this to do list. First I have to get select the to do list here by in this uh, from the HTML. This to do list is the, where is my to do list? Yes, this one. In this I have to render all the to do's, and first select it, const to do list equal to document dot get element by id to do list, and inside this to do list first I add the dot inner HTML is the blank here. Means whenever I call this function, the inner HTML becomes blank. Render to do's and call this function here. Means when I press the enter, the inner text is the blank. Now let's apply the uh, let's store the value first in a separate function. Means storing get the value. For that, just write a function get to do's, and this function just return the JSON dot parse local storage dot get items, and get item by to do's, and if nothing else just give the blank. And also here also call this function, don't write this again and again, this. And also same for the save the to do's function, saved to do's is equal to this take all the complete array, and also save this local storage dot set item, and to do's json dot stringify to do's, and instead of writing here just call this save to do's. Now first I have to check whether this is working or not. Press enter. Why it not come? Okay, let me call this. Here I'm getting value. First delete this. Why I'm getting the undefined? What? That's why these are the smaller bugs. Basically you have to deal with that also. Okay, in the save to do I am giving the nothing. I have to give the to do's here. That's why I get the undefined every time. Now let's see the fn plus f12, and now let's delete. Yes, perfect. I get the to do's now. Perfect, now it's work fine. So these functions are the reusable functions, save to do and get to do's. Now in this render to do I have to call these get to do's dot for each, not arrow, for each, and add to UI. and this add to UI takes the value every time this to do, and first write is single to do, and this add to UI first make a const, means in the this single div I am creating by using this script in the script.js by using the JavaScript. Now let's see the magic of this single div. How we create is by using the JavaScript. So const to do div equal to document dot create element, create element is by a, means I'm creating a div. Then inside this div I have to give the class to do div dot class name equal to do, and to do div dot also give the data set, means this id, this date dot now id in this not to do dot id, because every to do has an id, and I am using this id as the data set in the while selecting for the edit and delete button. It gives us the benefit. So now let's make a const p equal to document dot create element paragraph, and give the paragraph a class name equal to do content, and inside this p dot text content equal to do dot text, and now let's make these button divs. Const btns equal to document dot create element div, and this btns equal to dot class name equal to btns, means this entire div for the that contains the edit and delete button. Now let's create the edit and delete button by edit btn equal to document dot create element this button, and this edit button dot class name, because I give here the two classes edit and btn, and this is actually a normal button type, so I have to also give that type equal to button, and the text content in this button is the let's say the edit, and same for the delete button also. Just rename delete button and this create a button, and delete button is change it to delete button, and inner text is also delete. Now the text is these buttons or the paragraph tag is created this by using this create element and these divs, and all the classes are also set. Now let's append these buttons. Now first edit button and delete button comes in the btns in this div. For that btns dot append edit button and delete button. So btn has two buttons, edit and div. Now to do div has this paragraph tag and this btns tag. So btns div, and in last this to do list dot append child this to do div, because to-do list is already manually I create in the HTML. So this work. Now let's try to see in the all the perfect, I think. Now let's see. I'm not able to get this. Okay, I have forgot to write here because get to do's is a function, not a normal one. So let me enter this anything. When I click enter, why I'm not able to get? What happened? Price. I am getting the value. Whether I'm getting the value here or not. In the get to do, get item to do's console.log and JSON. Let's see here. I am getting the value here. Why I'm not able to see in the UI? This is the actually bug. Okay, first I have to remove this. So these are the manually. Save to do work local storage dot set item to do's. This means our to do function render item render to do's. Whether render to do's call me. Okay, I forget to uncomment this. That's why this work. When I console. Now let's see these all the to do's come here. These whatever I write like I write here math science SST and all the to-dos are come here. Perfect. Now our adding the to-dos is perfectly fine, but there is one more issue. When I refresh the page, the old to-dos are removed from the page. For that add a event listener. This event listener add on the document dot add event listener, not on any button or form, just add on DOM content loaded, and on this make a load to do's function way. Load to do's function. Now let's write this load to do's function. Basically this is the same as the function load to do's and const to do's equal to get to do's and to do's dot for each. Basically this is the render to do UI, and so instead of writing another function, let me write in this the same one, render to do's. Now see, when I try to click refresh the browser, all the to do's are in the page. Now this is the our adding to do is the done, our storing to do is the done, means create and read is the done. Now let's apply the updation and deletion, the R and D means U and D. So when I click on this delete button, I have to first select the ID, and also when I have to click this edit button, I have to select the ID and delete and update. So for that first add this apply the event listener on this to-do list on this, because if you see in this, let me first apply this to do add event listener and dot click a event and a arrow function, and every time when I click, just to make sure the prevent default, not the browser reload, and if event dot means when I click on this delete button, the effect does not go only on this delete. It moves to the complete to do list. Means it goes to do, then to do class, and then to the to do list. Like if I console.log event dot target console dot now let's see in the console. When I click on this delete, I get the delete button. Perfect. Now let's see uh, e event. When I click, I get the value here in the target btn button dot delete dot btn. So let's see if whether the class is which, means event dot target. First I have to retrieve the class list, delete, so delete button and edit button, and same for the edit button and delete and the btn class. So for that, by this we can differentiate with with the button is get strike target dot class list dot contains whether the delete or edit. And if it is deleted means first remove this. So when I click on the delete button, I get the const to do div equal to event dot target dot closest this closest and the to do, because every to do in the, if you see in here, while creating the to do app while creating the to do, I set the id here in the to do div dot dataset dot id, and the id is to do dot id. So I am getting here the to do. First let console this to do whether this is perfect coming or not. So I'm just perfect. I get the class to do and this random value, the same one ADCUG, and these two buttons class edit and delete. And in the, if you see here, data ID is the 1736, means every time this is a unique value, so don't worry. Now retrieve this ID, const ID equal to in the number format just to make sure, and const div dot dataset dot id. Now I get the id. Now just make a new function delete to do id and give the id in this. And now let's write a function delete to do, this take an id, and inside this let to do's is equal to get to do, means I am retrieving the all the to do's here, and use the filter method filter function of the in the JavaScript to remove the id to do's dot filter, and just give every filter one at a time, no the to do's, only single to do. And inside this I have added to do dot dot id is not equal to id, then move into the to do's, and just to make sure the, so save to do's and this take the updated list, and also call the render to do's. So now when I click it, now you see every time we click on the delete, the, if I refresh, these all are the means deleted, and all are in the browser. Now same apply for this edit button. Just copy paste and now get the id this edit class list and get the to do and id. Now instead of delete to do, make a new function edit to do, and inside this I am giving id and to do div. So now catch here is the, let me show you, edit to do a function. This take a id and to do div. Now we have to select this text here from this to do div. So first console.log this to do div. When I click on this, I get this complete to do div, and inside this I have p tag, a div having the two buttons edit and delete. So how can I select this? For that, query selector all, query selector, and I am giving I also already have this class to do content. For that, just give in here to do content. When I click, I get this to do this paragraph tag here. Now just get the value of p here. Const p equal to means a paragraph. I get the paragraph means the value, and inside this input dot value equal to p dot text content, because there is a two option, whether you use this already styled this input field to edit the to do, or use a alert box for this, but I am using here the edit this input field for the editing. Now input dot value is equal to p dot text. When I click edit, I get the value here. This whenever I want to, I get here, like here I get the value of paragraph text content in the input field, and also change this add button to update. For that, dot query selector, form dot query selector, and apply dot add update btn, and inner text is equal to update. Means when I click on this edit, this why not update, add update btn, add update btn. Why it not work here? Okay, this spelling mistake, though I have tried here inner text edit. When I click on this edit button, so focus on this add to update. Perfect. And also now we cannot apply the two event listener, like in this input field and buttons I already apply a event listener like this form dot add event listener, and there is a, if I apply event listener on this for the updating the value, so this cause a bugs, because we cannot apply two event listener on a single form. So we have to manage into a different thing by using this edit id. Means let's create a edit id equal to undefined in normal one, just in the global variable, and inside this when I want to edit the to do, I'm just update this edit id by id in this function edit to do, and inside this form dot add event listener, while means this adding the value, first I have to check whether this is a update button or this is update field or form or the creation form. So if edit id has an a value, so we just const to do equal to todos dot find for the to do by to do dot id with the edit id, means I get the to do that that has the similar id, and because every id has the unique one. So if I did not get any to do, just for the edge case, just return. And if I get the id, so replace the to do dot text is equal to new text, updated text, and edit id may becomes the null, and instead of undefined make it null here for this save sure. Where is my function? Yes. And also form dot query selector, means convert them in this update into the add button again. So instead of again writing, just copy paste. Here I change it to inner text to update, and here I change it to the add. And in the else part, I am just todos dot push, and the save todos means after this edit I move to the save todos, input field null, and enter the todos. So let's see edit, what happened, milk, why it not work, what happened, whether I get the ID or not. Let's see, console.log edit ID. Here I set the ID, I set it. Okay, this is updated. Oh, one later, mail. Why not able to this render this at the same time? Okay, I forget to put here. Now let's reapply 5-liter milk. Updated, perfect. 5 kg rice, updated. If I want to delete, delete. And also these buttons were add, edit, update. Now our to do is the perfectly runs, and I am able to add the to do, retrieve the to do, update the to do, and delete the to do. Means I am able to apply all the CRUD operation on the to dos. So this is our to-dos app by using the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can easily create by just add, easily update by just click on edit button, and easily delete the by using the delete button. So this is the source code HTML file, just a few line, 24 line of code. A body has the main class, a form has the id to do form, a input field having the type text, placeholder enter a to do, require an id is to do input, and a button for the adding or updating the value, and a section to means the showing the to dos, and this is the styling, uh, and this is the script tag for script.js file, the JavaScript functionality. Here I am selecting the form, input, and to-do list by their IDs, to-do form, to-do input, and to-do list. And first I write the form.add event listener, and inside this I give the submit, because form always take the submit Then I write here event.prevent default for the browser. If I do not write, there is no issue in this, in the case of the to-dos form, but just to make sure, for the safe case, I write here event.prevent default, and const text is equal to input.value.trim. I get the value here, and trim is why, because sometimes user give this blank space for that, and if the text is the empty string, just return. And I also write these helper function. These are the basically helper function: get to do, save to do, and in the get to do we just return json.parse local storage dot get to do's, and we are just parsing into the normal one. And for the saving, local storage dot set item to do's, and stringify the array these to do's, and here I get the to do's. And if the uh, this this is the, if the edit id is the having the any value, so we are updating, else we are todos dot push id. Here I am providing here the date dot now and text. Id is very helpful because for the edit and delete purpose, and we are saving the all this save to do every time, whether it is delete or edit or the new creation. And also remove the input dot value is equal to empty, and render to do's. Render to do's first make the complete to do list empty, and get each to do from this array and add to UI. In the add to UI, this is the main important part of this video, because we are making the complete div by using the JavaScript here. This is the main important and the part of this video. First we created to do div by create element div. Then inside this I am giving a class name here to do, and also give the data value. Here is the to do id, this date dot now. Then we apply this means create a new paragraph tag, a create element p, and give the class name to do content, and p dot text content is equal to do dot text, and this to do has the text and as id. Now for the this is for the creating the two buttons, edit and delete. Document dot create element button, document dot create element button, and give the edit button class name edit and btn, delete btn, delete and btn for this. And this is a normal type button, not a submit, so that's why I write a button here. And also text content. And first I append the but btns means always start from the lower to upper case while appending. Means first this btns div has the 2-bit edit button and delete button. Then this to do div has the paragraph and btns. Then to do list is already built in this in index.html file. So we, instead of appending, we are append child here. And this is for the edit and delete purpose. So to do list dot add event listener. When we click on any buttons, means if I click on this like here I click on this delete button or edit button, the effect does not till the I feel till the this button I get till the this on this paragraph tag on this complete blue bar, and also all the to do list I get this feel. Means whether I apply the here, whether apply here, I feel the complete to do list effect. So that's why I apply to do list dot add event listener, and also event dot prevent default just for the save case. And first I retrieve the means whether which button is click, whether deleted or edit button. So if the delete button is clicked, means I first retrieve the to do, means event dot target dot closest to do, and const id, or I retrieve the id because I set the id here in this to do div dot dataset dot id, and just call this to do delete to do list button delete to do function, and inside this function I get the id, I retrieve the get to do's, and just apply simple filter function or the filter method on this array, and remove that to do by comparing the IDs, and call the save to do's by updated one and render the to do again. And while the edit button is clicked, I same get the to do and ID and call this edit to do function. It takes the ID value and a to do div, and first I get retrieve the value of the paragraph tag, means this one when I get this I retrieve the value, and set the edit ID has the this data date dot now value, and also change the button text add to update, and now comes here if the edit ID has some value, because the applying the add event listener on the two on a single form two times is not a good solution, is not a good idea in a single file. That's why I have to use this edit ID here, and inside this const means I get the value here. First I find the to do, and if to do is not found, just return here and update the value to do dot text is equal to text, and edit ID also null, and change update to add button inner text, and same save text input value and render to do's. So this is the a simple to do app built using the HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and so all the source code, this index.html, style.css and script.js files are available in the video description. So if you like this video, like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to JDCodebase. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.